We already can conclude for this survey where to put our efforts and where these concerted actions should be focused. Some other preliminary results that we already concluded from this first version of reports is that if we take a threshold of score 4, assuming that if this technology or resource received score 4, it's reasonably good for practical usability in different practical applications, we can see that 13 from almost 30 languages in survey lack sufficient support in speech synthesis. Even more, 18 languages lack good enough support for parsing. Parsing tools for many languages, but the quality is not sufficient for many applications. And for machine translation, the situation is even worse. For 26 out of almost 13 languages covered, this machine translation support is not sufficient in the view of experts involved and for many practical applications. So that means that for the most of these languages, a lot of work should be done to fill this gap. It's just not enough to have 50 languages in some widely used translation system, but quality is also very important for multilingual European community. Some other approach how to analyze those results is to cluster results, adjusting with values. We also did some normalization and try to cluster results for specific technologies or resources. And like if you analyzing machine translation scores, we got 3 clusters with relatively higher ranks for number of languages, and lower ranks for other group of languages. These are very preliminary results, and so the adjustments still be done, and positions of these languages in these clusters can change, but this shows how to apply results of this survey to analyze and identify those aspects and areas where actions should be focused. And we already see that active research and number of regional and national and European activities, for example, for Romanian languages, resulted in relatively higher ranks for Romanian languages, and in contrast for some other languages that are quite complex or there haven't been such actions, results are not so high. And the same approach or clustering approach for for parsing tools resulted in 4 clusters, and you can see that the first cluster with highest ranking has quite a few languages, and most of them have much lower rankings. And we can also compare not only on European level, but on other geographical or levels, or analyze situation with similar languages or language groups. We did that work for Nordic and Baltic languages in the Nordic branch of the MetaNet called MetaNord. And in this evaluation with colorful bars represent different languages, and you can very easily see where are these gaps. Like for my native Latvian language, there is no speech recognition available. There are no information retrieval tools or semantic analysis tools, and some tools like are not so good. In contrast, for morphology and tokenization tools are relatively of good, received a good score and are actually widely used. And this is very valuable comparison, but was already analyzed at the a regional workshop on visibility of language resources in May in Riga, and already draw attention from participating decision makers. Where should they focus? What national activities should be done to fill those gaps and catch up other neighboring countries, neighboring languages? And this is another perspective by language resources and language tools, where we can see that in general situation with resources in Nordic Baltic region is a bit better than with language tools, and there are few languages that lag significantly behind other languages. So this is very valuable information for understanding situation and making decision. And if we look general on European scale, speech processing and synthesis appears to be more mature than text analysis tools, but also this is not the case for all the languages. And we also see that advanced language technologies are just in very early stage, and a lot of resources and activities should be put to advance them. And we also see that there are few areas where research projects and activities have resulted in very good results, high quality results, but they are not widely usable, not accessible. We had this accessibility criteria, or not standardized. And so we see that there is a need for concerted programs and initiatives to standardize those resources, ensure data interchange interfaces, and reusability of existing resources. And we also see that in many areas for many languages, this work is carried out, industrial work, putting them into applications, is carried out by smaller companies and SMEs, and they struggle to attack these challenges and reach wider international markets. And so this is a preliminary version of white papers that you have in your bags, and we very much welcome your feedback for final versions, and even more we would like to see following actions and plans how to address those challenges and how to use chances for truly multilingual Europe. Thank you.